Alright guys, I'm going to show you the weird offer that made me around $31,000 last month in cash, and I'm going to break down how it works, what it actually is, and how you could potentially sell something similar as well too and make a lot of money. That's the whole point of this video, okay? So I'm just going to walk you through pretty much like everything. I've kind of like created a whole like slide just kind of like going over pretty much the whole process around it. And yeah, just to show you guys that this stuff is actually real. So this is my Stripe. I have to verify some details because I've changed some stuff about the agency and whatnot, but as you can see, I will move myself over here. This is how much maybe we get rev share paid at like the first of the month. So basically I'm gonna walk you through what that is, but basically we make clients some money and then we get a percentage of that, and then usually we charge that at the end of the month and then they pay us like the first. So I'm gonna count the 1st of May as it, even though it's not 30 days, it's like 31 days, but I don't think it matters. 24,000 pounds. I put this into the dollars to pound thing. I didn't actually I should have put it over here. I put it over here and it's about 30,000. It was like 31,000 when I kind of checked. It would have been like higher, but like one of our clients had like payment processor problems, so he couldn't actually pay us one of the rev shares. So you know, we're gonna have to like, you know, force with this for now. But yeah, just to give a quick, you know, refresh for everyone as well too, just so you can see. Hopefully the date stays the same so I don't have to change it, because I genuinely can't be asked. So I'm just gonna do last 4 weeks, and yeah, you guys can see the change. So yeah, like at the end of the day, I mean 7th of May is there, so I'll just put it to like the 1st. Whatever, I actually don't care. It's like, believe it or not, I actually don't really care. Anyways guys, so high ticket offer guys. So I'm gonna explain to you what the whole process is, because it's kind of like a hybrid. I don't do necessarily the same stuff that everyone kind of teaches you, kind of have like a complete different stuff. So I have a hybrid offer, and basically what this is I have 2 offers, and one offer just kind of like supplements the other offer, so they're kind of like in tangent with each other. Okay, so I have one high ticket offer which I charge anywhere from like $3,000 to $7,000 upfront for. If you don't know what I do, if you go through all my pages, I basically help coaches and consultants scale using content and appointment setter systems. So we do done for you stuff. We come into the business, we build certain things out for them, and they make a lot of money as a result of it. And we can't do this for every single person. That's why we charge a lot of money for it. And we don't tend to work with a ton of clients with these types of offers because it's just too much work. Okay, the deliverables for these types of offer, it is, you know, done for you content, appointment setter systems to book in calls, we all the sales processes, we do consulting. There's a bunch of stuff that kind of goes into it. If you want to know exactly what goes into it, if you check my website, it will kind of like go over everything. I need to update this as well too, but literally this is what we do. It's like we help you sign 5-10 clients organically. It breaks down literally everything. My face is over there just breaking down all that type of stuff. So that's what we offer to coaches. Okay, so like I said, not every single person can be qualified for this service, but this is a high tick offer. People like to call this kind of like a build and release stuff, and you might have probably seen this kind of like floating around, where you build kind of like infrastructures. So you basically take all the things that you would need to get someone success. For us, it's they're making content. For us, is placing an appointment setter to reach out to the leads and have conversations, and then have a sales system that basically just makes everything easy to convert the leads into actual cash. So we build all of those things for them and we sell that infrastructure. And the reason why it ranges between 3 to 7K is simply because some people might not need certain infrastructure. So for example, some people might already have content out in. What they need is an appointment setter system, so we just give them an appointment setter. Some people might just want content, actually, it's possible, so we just give them the content systems because maybe they already have an appointment setter. Some people might just want the sales system. So it just depends on what we're doing, and then after that, you know, once they make a certain amount of money, we do a percentage or whatever. So this is what I've been running. This has made me a lot of money, especially with not working a lot of clients. Like most of the time we work with on 5 to 6 clients at a time with these types of offer, and it brings in, you know, a decent amount and it's consistent. So yeah, I want to work with 5-7 people at a time, and it's not growth operating, guys. Like a lot of people like to say, oh, so you're a growth operator. I'm not working with clients that have like huge influences. Like I don't work with clients that have like 100K followers, 200K followers, and it's not because I don't want to, because obviously I would love to, but it's like it's just a lot harder to get those types of clients, because like the level of clients people tell you to do, they'll be like, oh, just work with someone that has 100K followers, start a community, you make them 50K. It's not that simple, guys, because to land these types of clients, it's very, very hard. Like very, very hard. A lot of these times these people are getting reached out every single time, and I'm in networks of clients that have 100K. Like I have clients myself, I'm not just saying this out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, you're being better. Like I have clients that literally have 100K followers as well too, and I didn't acquire them by doing crazy cold outreach or cold outbound. It was all network and referrals. Like a lot of the time, these types of clients, they only come from like, oh, I know a guy that can do this for you. Here's the guy. Oh, I know this person that can do this for you. Here's the guy. They never really come from like you doing like outreach. You can get them. I'm not saying you can't, but this is kind of like what worked out for me. It's kind of difficult to find these guys. And then with these people, 50 to 100K, not too difficult, but it's also a little bit challenging. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing. But to find people that are in this like 10K to 50K follower range, I've found to be super easy. And for the people that are like in my like program that kind of like show these things, it's actually kind of easy for them as well too. Speaking of that, this exact offer, guys, like I would love to go into like crazy depth on how it works and how I get results, like, you know, how I get my clients like 150K when they have 2,000 followers, all these types of stuff. But I can't do that in this small video, so that's why I'm actually hosting a little workshop. It's probably going to be down by the time you're watching this, but it's going to be on May the 9th. That kind of like breaks down exactly what hybrid offers are, how you can use them, how you can make a lot of money with them. And I'm basically doing a thing where people are going to leave with a plan to sign the next 3 clients on the hybrid offer. So if you're interested in that, you can go check those out. You can DM me on Instagram for like the ticket stuff. It's not a free event, it's paid. It's like $100, but it gives you pretty much everything that you're gonna need to, like, you know, build an offer like this so you can, you know, make the type of money that, you know, I'm making, and potentially even more, who knows. So I like to work with these types of people because number one, they're kind of easy to get results for, just as easy as like someone that has 100K. Obviously 100K is a lot easier, but they're a lot easier to find these types of people. And like if you find someone that has a really good skill and also has really good product market fit, you can scale them up ridiculously well. And generally they tend to be a little bit more smarter to work with. And if you do this properly, you're gonna have a 25 to 30K a month business. Okay, so what is this again? Just to give you guys a summary, here you were selling the infrastructures and you're selling systems that can basically help you. You're mainly selling systems, okay, and you're selling processes. So you're SOPing a bunch of stuff and you're selling it away, and you're doing certain things to make sure that processes work. So you're not just giving them the information like a coach, you're actually doing the things that help them get the results. So for example, if I give someone a process to get a viral video, not only am I gonna give them that process, we will give them the script for that viral, we'll handwrite it ourselves, they send that video to us, we edit that video, and then we post that video for them, and then we place an appointment setter to reach out to the leads that come from that video. So it's kind of like a whole full thing. You can probably tell why I don't like to do this for a lot of people. That's why we don't work with a lot of people this type of offer. Okay, so why this is much better for me specifically, maybe it's not for you, but for me it works super well. I'm not charging too much, where coaches can actually make a sense of spending like $3,000, $10,000. I know some people, they will like pitch you, or they'll like tell you to start, or charge 15K, charge 20K, charge like, you know, charge crazy prices. And you can do that, but a lot of the times when you do that to like an individual, not necessarily like a business kind of like occupied, and especially if they make less than what I've found, less than 30K a month, usually they're not going to really benefit much from it, and they're just going to be like a huge headache. Like if you manage to convince someone that's making 30K a month to pay you $10,000 and you don't deliver a good service, then it's going to be like a huge hassle, and you probably don't want to deal with that. And I can guarantee results with this because you're more picky about who you work with, because there's going to be always so much interest with this offer. Like it's actually funny, I don't think I talked about this, but like I don't think I put it in here, but yeah, basically it's funny because someone paid me literally for an hour consulting session, and they made 10K right after. Like, had to blur the name because they said they didn't want their name to be in there, but it's crazy. What they did is they literally asked me, hey, kind of how can I implement this build and release model, or like this similar, like, you know, building systems and, you know, helping them make money for them, this hybrid offer. I told them how to do it. Next 4 weeks, they literally made like 10K. They booked 5 calls, they closed all 5 calls. It's crazy, guys. And the reason why I say is like you can be picky, you can also guarantee stuff, is because you can choose who you want to work with. So for example, if you see someone has 50,000 followers and have lots of engagement, and they don't have an appointment setter, or they don't have content systems, or if they don't have specific systems that can get them results, you can be like, oh wow, I can guarantee this guy will make 10K because all I just need to do is make a story post and they're gonna make money, literally. So that's kind of like why we guarantee for this offer as well too, because we can be picky about who we work with, because we have an abundance of people. So if we were to start cold outbound straight away to get new clients, or if we were to start a system to just, you know, get new clients, everyone is going to have interest because the offer is just so good. Like people want to buy this thing, like a little bit too much. Like there's just too much demand, so you're forced to kind of be picky about it. Like all the time people would be like, hey, how can we get this going, how can we get this going, all that type of stuff. Okay, it's actually kind of crazy. So once you've got this, you probably only need maybe like 2 to 3 good hires to actually do like really good work. So you don't really need a lot of hires to like actually do it. You need someone that's going to be good at operations, you need someone that's maybe good at content, and maybe you need someone that's good at like managing setters and just making sure like the appointment setters and stuff. And then once you have those things, honestly, you're pretty much removed. The only thing you're going to be doing is like high level thinking of like, you know, scheming up like new ads, scheming up like new offers, new angles, all that type of stuff. Like that's kind of like what I do, because we've kind of, it's not necessarily fully automated, but it's kind of semi-automated in a way, so we're able to kind of like do those things as well. And then you can build MRR once they get results, because they can move towards a retainer, and they actually pay this retainer as well too. It's not like you pitch them on a retainer and then next month they're like, hey, we want to cut this off. Because if you're getting them results and they're making money, they're going to be actually like paying you. Like our longest ever retained client has been paying us for, it's going to be like a year now, and the LTV is extremely high. Literally for one customer is like almost £22,000, which is about 26k USD, 27, somewhere around there, I'm not too sure. But yeah, which is actually crazy from just one client. That's someone's salary, which is actually kind of crazy when you think about it. So what I'm trying to say here is, when you have such a valuable service or something that's of value, people are going to want to pay you top dollar because they want it. And the demand for these types of offers is extremely through the roof if you're doing your outreach properly. So you can be picky on who you want to sign. Like, I don't know anyone who's told you a thing of like, oh, you can be picky with who you want to sign. And a lot of the times people just pulls outbound because it just works too well. Like I have a lot of clients in, you know, the coaching program that I'm, you know, teaching people in, that literally get to a situation where it's like they're pausing outreach because they just don't want to sign too many clients on this offer, because the offer is just so good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be teaching people on May the 9th. I'm just going to like break down everything. If you want to get access to that, you can just DM me on Instagram. I'll send you details about the tickets and whatnot. And yeah, I'm just going to walk you through the inputs that are kind of required. So how would you actually make this offer work? So first of all, you obviously need the no-brainer offer itself. You need the thing that you're actually selling. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys how to craft it. Like I would love to go over it, but it's just too much on a call. Like there's so much depth that goes into like crafting this specific offer that makes people be like, hey, I just want to buy this like straight away. Give me your credit card, give me your Stripe link, whatever. And then from here, de-risking message, doing around 100 to 200 outbound a day. You don't need too much. De-risking messages, what they essentially are, is a message that reduces the risk to actually reply. So a lot of the times when people send messages, you know, it looks like spam. It looks like, oh, it's too spammy. I don't really want to like reply to this. But if you use a de-risking message, it actually makes people want to reply to it because they see it and they're like, oh, it's actually interesting. What have they got to see? And de-risking messages kind of produce crazy results. I don't know if I put a screenshot of like the results that I produce. Yeah, but like, yeah, one of my clients was like, yo, I think I have like a breakthrough message. Your stuff for outbound, I've never seen results like this. Been doing over outbound for like a whole year and I haven't seen the results. I've been using your stuff for literally one day, and he's literally getting replies of like, sure, but I don't respond to these, please make it good. Like I said, it's a message that makes people feel like, oh, I actually should respond to this, because when they see it, it just makes them actually want to respond. So that's kind of like what de-risking messages are. It's another like 50-minute video if I go into it, but essentially it's a message that reduces risk to actually reply. Okay, that's basically it. It's like, for example, if someone's walking on the street and they're like, hey, like, how's it going? You might be reluctant to say hi, but if someone says something like, hey, I remember, did you go to this I remember you from college, and they're gonna stop and be like, because there's curiosity bias. That's one thing about de-risking messages, but like in more depth, I'm gonna probably talk about it on the workshop. But like, de-risking message, reduce risk to actually reply, and you're going to get a lot of replies. And this is going to produce you around 5-6 calls a week, and these are calls the way people actually want to be interested about what you're doing. They're not like daisy calls of like, hey, like, you know, what have you got? It's actual interest. Okay. And then what I like to do is I like to do a 15-minute call to just see if they're a good fit and just set expectations for the second call. So the second call is just a lot easier to close. And then on the second call, it's the actual sales pitch with all of the expectations set on the first call, so they know what this call is and they're ready for us to be pitching them. And then we actually pitch them and we basically get the sale. So unless you want your service delivery to be absolutely trash, you don't need to be keeping acquisition on for these types of things. You can keep it. I know some people that they just constantly have acquisition on and they just fix the systems as they go. But I don't want a business where I just have so much stress and so much headache. So I've done this, and this has probably kept me from scaling to like the numbers that I want to scale to. But I know that I have the ability to scale if I really wanted to by just clicking the switch and just like turning that shit back on. So that's kind of like how I like to do it. But if you want to scale it, do whatever, it's fine. Once you understand how to use it, it's going to be a complete game changer. Okay. And then from here, I have another offer. So this is kind of like my weekly offer where it brings in a ton of cash flow. So here, all I literally do is I just talk about what I do for my clients. So I basically have done for you offer, I sign clients, and then I have my weekly offer, which people pay weekly to get access to me. And I just talk about what I do to my clients and how I can help them, make more money as well too. And why I did this is because I was making a lot of content around what I'm doing, and it didn't necessarily attract coaches I want to work with. It actually attracted the opposite. It attracted people that wanted to just learn from me. Like, how are you doing this stuff? How are you making all this money? So I thought to myself, okay, why don't I just do paid sessions? People can just pay me for an hour. And lots of people pay me for an hour. And I got sick of it. I was like, shit, there's too many people paying me for like consulting sessions, which is cool. I like doing them. I like seeing the breakthroughs. I like seeing someone pay me $250 and they make like 10 fucking grand the next day. It's like, it's cool, but it takes a lot of effort. So what I did is I was actually starting to create a program around the stuff that people were asking me. And bear in mind, guys, I had like around 800 subscribers and like 1,700 followers on Instagram, and I was getting people literally every single week asking me for consultation. So you don't even need a huge personal brand to make something like this work. Like, so from there, I just decided to make a product. I created Hybrid Consultant. If you don't know what that is, that's basically like my product that I've basically like created. So let me just see if I can show it to you. It's super in-depth. Like, let me just go into School, because it's hosted on School. Takes a while to load. Is it gonna default me to the page? No? Damn, this stuff takes so long to load. Sorry guys, I'm probably losing a bunch of attention right now. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna go into high ticket protocol. If I go into the classroom, as you can see, there's just a bunch of stuff. Like, there's just so much depth into like specific things. Like, for example, Points at the University, just a bunch of stuff on how to like actually get results. Lead Gen University teaches you like, ask group frameworks, all these types of stuff, like, setting up automations, just a bunch of stuff that most people wouldn't even actually know. And then the community is actually on Discord. That's where people get wins. And people have been implementing this exact same model, and they've been scaling. Like, I don't want to go over this, but it's like literally came in, signed like a crazy split with one of his clients, closed like a 5K pay for one of his clients as well too. And he's literally just signing clients left, right, and center just by turning on iBound. And I'm going to be breaking down literally all these guys are doing, the offers, everything in the workshop on May the 9th. You guys could probably see it. Message me on Instagram. But if you're watching this later down the line, it's probably gone. I'm not reselling the recording, by the way. But yeah, if you want to access that, the only way to actually get that legacy thing is to join Hybrid Consultants. Right now, it's closed. You actually can't join it. So a lot of people that were DMing me Hybrid to actually join, they just can't join because it's closed. Like, I don't want to like sign too many people on it. But you can come through the workshop. By the time you're watching this, maybe it's already open, maybe it's not. I don't know. All you just have to do, message me Hybrid if you want to get access to this, and I'll show you like how everything works, the price, everything, all that type of stuff. No book or call, no like salesy thing. Literally just DM me, I'll get back to you. And yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. So hope this video was super valuable. In summary, have something expensive that has a bunch of systems, so it seems super valuable. Sell that to people by using de-risking messages to get people to actually reply to you. Use the sales process that I just showed you, and then make content about what you do, and then sell a low ticket or something that just kind of brings in recurring revenue, so you can just use it for yourself and do whatever you want to do. And it shouldn't take you too much time, because you can only literally work like 2 hours a week on this type of offer and make a lot of money. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is the weirdest SMMA offer that made me 31k cash last month. So yeah, peace out.